Hey y'all, for those of y'all that don't know me, my name is Maggie. I'm from Marietta, Georgia, and I am an independent ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. I just want to take a little quick minute, actually it might be a little bit longer, and tell y'all about my health journey up until Plexus. It's been about a year, and it's been a crazy year. At the beginning of that year, I got engaged, and I really started evaluating myself, and really wanted to change things for the better, because I promised my fiance from the word get-go that we would always try to be the best for each other that we could be. And I really felt at that point in my life I was not the best. So let me kind of take you through and then my work up until feeling the best I felt in my whole entire life. So I graduated high school in 2011 here in Atlanta, Georgia, and I went away to college. I kept playing soccer. I had played soccer my whole entire life. Most of my friends, my closest friends, some of them I played soccer with as a young girl. So it's kind of crazy. So I came home from school because I needed back surgery. I had put a lot of wear on my back. I was a goalie for so long. Most of you that know me, that I was pretty intense. So I needed to have back surgery, and I had that done in September of 2012. After that, it was kind of a downhill slide. I wasn't able to exercise like I should. It kind of really limited what I could do for myself at that point. Life just happened, so I wasn't taking care of my body. I ended up gaining 60 pounds between 2012 when I had my surgery and August 2014 when I got engaged. So now let's start with me being engaged. I had all these limitations, gained 60 pounds. I got engaged. I promised Garrett I wanted to do everything in my power to be the best I could be. So I started kind of looking at myself and what I didn't like. I was overweight. I was so unhappy, and not about anything in particular. I just had anxiety and depression, and it was just a really rough place. So I wanted to get out of that rough place. That's when I started to draw my line in the sand, and this whole year has been me drawing my line in the sand until now. So I started drawing my line. I started doing research. I started looking up my symptoms. I started looking up crazy stuff. And in the process, I came across a lot of information about PCOS. PCOS is polycystic ovarian syndrome. It can affect so many different things. It can affect fertility, your menstruation cycle, ovulating. It affects so many different things. The biggest thing is for me, it caused insulin resistance. So I went to my doctors. I was like, well, I've done all this research. I really want to do tests and see if what's going on, if this could be the cause. So we did a bunch of tests. PCOS is only a syndrome. It is not like a disease or a diagnosis. My doctors actually have told me I've probably lost enough weight to not be in the PCOS range. But we did all the tests when I was 60 pounds heavier, in that bad place in my life. My insulin level was almost 3 times what it should be. I was very, very close to diabetes, but not because of what I was eating. It was because my body wasn't processing insulin correctly. I had severe facial hair, like coming down, really bad sideburns. It was really bad. My weight was an issue. I was affected in so many different ways. Also, my testosterone was almost twice what it should be, and that threw my whole hormones off. So after PCOS, we started on 2 medicines. I started on Biaz, which is a form of birth control. It's also an anti-testosterone medicine. So that kind of helped regulate, give my body a break from trying to process on its own and do its own thing when obviously it wasn't doing anything well. I was also put on metformin. For those of you that don't know, a lot of people that are diabetic or pre-diabetic take this medicine. It helps the insulin levels. What I knew from this medicine, I was put on 2,000 milligrams from the word get-go because my insulin was so high, which is, I think it's the highest dose. I'm not quite sure. Don't quote me on that. But my body just went through a lot those first 3 months. So and when I also went through the PCOS, one of the other things I had was fatty liver. Because I had gained so much weight and my body just wasn't processing it correctly, I did have fatty liver and I was tested for that. So all through my journey with the metformin, I was having to be tested with liver and all of these things that could go wrong because of this medicine. So about 3 months of taking metformin, in this 3 months, I lost about 45 pounds. Woo! Yay, that sounds great, but it's not. That's really unhealthy. Looking back at it, it made me feel better, obviously. It kind of was a moment where I could take my health back into my own hands, but I wasn't doing it in a healthy way. I was damaging my body more than I was. I was not able to eat. I was not able to, I wasn't sleeping. I had insomnia. Most nights I wasn't even going to bed. I was moody. I was constantly unhappy. I was on antidepressants. It was just horrible through this whole experience. So I lost all this weight on the metformin. Then I was working. I was at a pediatric dentist office because I love working with kids. That's my heart, and especially special needs kids. I love helping others. That's why I wanted to make a video, kind of face to face. ADD moment. My sister will appreciate this. So I was working at a pediatric dentist office, and I started having migraines. Now, migraines run in my family. My great-grandmother suffered from them for a while, and they've basically told me that they're hormonal and genetic. So my hormones, which were all over the place, my testosterone was through the roof, my insulin, my estrogen was low, all these hormones, that was regular for my body. So once the metformin and the birth control had time to kind of work effectively and reset my body, I started getting migraines because this wasn't normal for my body. And these were excruciating migraines. This is the roughest part of my story because this is the darkest place. And like I said, it was all downhill to here. My migraines were blinding. I couldn't see. Oh, wow. I couldn't drive. I was afraid to drive because what if I got a migraine while driving? I stayed at home. I didn't talk to anybody. I shut all my friends out. I shut pretty much everybody out of my life because I couldn't put the effort back into them like they deserved because I didn't have the energy. My migraines got so bad that I went to the hospital for having stroke-like symptoms. The whole right side of my body went completely numb, pins and needles. It was horrible, and they couldn't do anything for me at the hospital. So I had been going to the neurologist for about 3 months, and this is the past 3 months. I can say right now I'm a week migraine-free. But no thanks to this journey. I I went to the neurologist, basically. They gave me daily meds to kind of control my migraines, but they weren't working. I was starting to become in so much pain. I was having regular panic attacks. Pretty much anytime I had a migraine, I could expect a panic attack because the pain was so severe. It was miserable. I got to the point I was having to give myself injections of medicine to get my migraines to go away. And then they were just helping that migraine. I would still have one the next day and have to give myself another shot or take one of the many medicines that I had to go with my migraines. I was on over 6 medicines at the time for my migraines, for the PCOS, for everything. About 4 weeks ago, I decided to start coming off my medicines because they said that I did this with my doctors. Let me say that first. I have talked to my doctors about all of this. But we decided together to come off my birth control medicine because since my migraines are hormonally triggered, that could be helping them. Since I've dropped so much weight, I've gone to half of my dose of metformin. So I'm only on 1,000 milligrams. So doing really well. My insulin levels are doing great. I'm no longer on my antidepressant. This is the best part, y'all. I'm no longer on my antidepressant. I'm no longer on my birth control. I'm no longer on any of my migraine medicines. That's including my shots. That's including like 3 different kinds of pills. That is including everything. I am not taking anything, but I am still taking my metformin to help regulate that insulin. So the Slim has helped do that for me. So through all of this past year, the past couple weeks, I have decided to draw my line in the sand. This year has been my drawing the line in the sand. I want to be healthy. I am getting married in 17 days to the most amazing man and the biggest blessing in my life. And I want to be the best I can be for him because he does that every single day for me, and I have not been able to do that for him. He is my drive. And now that I've found something that has made me healthy and I've taken my health into my own hands and drawn this line in the sand, I'm actually in a position that I can do that and I can start contributing to our family again. I feel the best I've ever felt in my life, not just in the past year, which has been miserable, but my life. When I tried this, it didn't seem like something I could stick with. In the middle of all this PCOS stuff in the beginning of my journey, my best friend at the time was living with me and just happened to get the product from her sister and was like, hey, you should try this. So I kept trying it and I was like, I really like the taste of this. And I actually had to apologize to her today for this because I had never told her before, but I actually stole a few packs of her Slim just because I love the way it tastes and I love the energy. So when I was going through all of this medically, I really did a lot of research, but I researched a lot of chemicals and it was this can go wrong and this can go wrong. And being on the metformin, I spent about 3 months, I couldn't eat, anything just went straight through me. I could not process food. The way I eat and everything, how I process food has completely changed just being on the metformin. But my health, at the end of the day, I want to be off all my medicines. I know that this product can help me do that. I know that it is all natural. I know it doesn't have artificial color, flavor, or sweeteners. It has so many things. And the best part is there's a 60-day money-back guarantee. At the end of 60 days, if you decide this product hasn't done what you set out to start, whether it's helping with diabetes, helping with your migraines, helping with your weight, helping with anything. This product helps so many things, because if you are healthy on the inside and you're processing food correctly and you're able to regulate your blood sugar and your insulin throughout the day, you're going to have energy and you're going to be able to sleep better, and you're going to notice a world of change. Whether you're healthy or whether you have health issues, it is going to make the world of difference, because it is your health that you are pouring into. I drew my line. I said that my health was worth this, and I'm going to pour into it. And I hope you guys do the same. If you are interested in anything to help you get your health back, I'm just so glad I had somebody in my life to say, hey, this might help you, or hey, you should try this. I really appreciate my best friend in my life, and then her sister is my sponsor now, all the way in Texas. So I'm kind of doing this on my own in Georgia, because I know it's been successful elsewhere, and I know this product works. I've done my research. I read the labels. I know every ingredient in those products. I know it sounds crazy, but I can send them all to you. So if you have any questions, please, please, please let me know. I know this has been a lot, so hopefully you've gotten something from it. I've grown a lot in the past year, and I've been in a really bad place, but I'm so excited I'm not in that place anymore, and I really want to help you not be in that dark place anymore. Bye.